You do not need a robot to pick your stocks. You need a robot to stop you from doing weird human stuff like panic buying headlines, panic selling dips, and asking a chatbot if a meme stock is a retirement plan. Used well, AI can save you time, help you spot risks, and make you a calmer investor. Used badly, it can turn your portfolio into a science fair project with real money. If you are investing in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or beyond, this matters because AI is now sitting in the room with your money. That can be amazing or horrifying. Amazing if it helps you organize research, compare options, and stay disciplined. Horrifying if you let a confident-sounding machine talk you into concentrated bets, fake certainty, or a strategy you do not actually understand. Here is the plan. First, I will show you which AI tools are actually useful for investors. Then, I will show you which ones can quietly get you in trouble. Then, I will show you a simple system for staying in control, so AI works for you, not the other way around. Disclaimer: this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial, legal, or tax advice. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Consider your goals, time horizon, and risk tolerance before investing. Speak with a certified financial advisor to help you develop a customized plan. Now, let's get back to learning. Let's keep this simple. Imagine you have a basic investing workflow with 5 jobs. Job 1, gather information. Job 2, summarize it. Job 3, compare choices. Job 4, check your own blind spots. Job 5, make the final decision. AI is great at jobs 1 through 4. It is not great at job 5 because job 5 involves your goals, your stomach for risk, and your ability to live with the decision when the market gets moody. So what should you use? Use AI to summarize earnings calls, compare ETF expense ratios, turn long articles into bullet points, draft questions for your advisor, and stress test your own thesis. For example, if you are deciding between 2 broad market funds, AI can help you compare fees, diversification, tax efficiency, and historical volatility in plain English. That is helpful. It is like having a very fast intern who never asks for coffee and occasionally hallucinates. What should you avoid? Avoid using general AI tools as a magic 8-ball for buy and sell decisions. Avoid asking, "What stock will double next year?" Avoid giving a chatbot full control over your reasoning. If a tool cannot explain its assumptions, cannot cite a credible source, or makes you feel smarter than you actually are in 6 seconds, that is not a feature. That is a warning label with better branding. But here is where most investors get this wrong. They assume the biggest risk is bad information. It is not. The biggest risk is borrowed conviction. The tool sounds polished, the answer looks organized, and suddenly you are trusting a paragraph more than your own plan. That is how people drift from investing into improvisational financial theater. Let's break this into 3 buckets. Bucket 1 is safe and useful. Bucket 2 is useful with supervision. Bucket 3 is where your future self sends you a strongly worded letter. Bucket 1. Use it. Research summaries, note organization, meeting prep with your advisor, portfolio vocabulary translation, and scenario framing. If a company reports earnings and you do not want to read 80 pages of management enthusiasm, AI can summarize the key points, highlight guidance changes, and list the risks management mentioned. That saves time and helps you focus on signal instead of corporate poetry. Bucket 2. Use it with supervision. Screening ideas, comparing sectors, drafting portfolio review questions, and checking diversification. Here, AI can help you ask better questions like, how exposed am I to one theme? Or, if rates stay higher for longer, which part of my portfolio gets the squeakiest? But you still verify the numbers yourself using your brokerage, fund provider, or a trusted data source. Bucket 3. Avoid it. blind stock picks, market timing, tax guesses, legal conclusions, and anything that encourages leverage without a seatbelt. If an AI tool tells you a stock is guaranteed, that is your cue to close the tab, go outside, and look at a tree. Trees are slow, diversified, and surprisingly wise. Here is a simple comparison. Investor A uses AI to summarize 3 index funds, compare fees, and draft a rebalancing checklist. Investor B asks AI for the top 5 explosive stocks for the next 12 months, buys all 5, and checks the portfolio every 17 minutes like it is sourdough starter. Investor A gets clarity. Investor B gets cortisol. Same technology, completely different outcome. Even large firms are signaling the same idea. Fidelity says a more measured approach may be the best way to take advantage of AI developments, rather than assuming instant, dramatic results from the technology. BlackRock describes AI as a long evolution with build-out, adoption, and transformation phases, which is a fancy way of saying this is a process, not a magic trick. Now here is the part nobody talks about, and it is the reason many investors lose money without realizing it. AI does not just give answers, it changes your behavior. It can make you trade more, second-guess your process, and confuse activity with progress. And in investing, extra activity often means extra mistakes, wearing a productivity costume. The fix is simple. Build an AI investor checklist. Before you act on anything AI gives you, ask 5 questions. 1. What is the source? 2. What assumptions is this answer making? 3. Does this fit my plan and time horizon? 4. What could make this wrong? 5. Have I verified the important facts in a trusted place? This is also where industry leaders point in the same direction. Charles Schwab announced an AI-powered capability for retail investors in 2026 and said nearly 70% of surveyed retail clients believe AI can play a meaningful role in investing when paired with human expertise. That phrase matters. Paired with human expertise. Not replacing judgment, supporting judgment. Fidelity also notes that a measured approach is likely best when investing around AI themes because the long-term impact is still uncertain. So here is the practical system. Use AI for research compression, comparison, and question generation. Use your brokerage, fund company, or advisor for verification. Use a written investment policy for final decisions. If you have a long-term diversified strategy, AI should make you calmer, not more hyper. If a tool makes you feel like day trading from a beanbag chair at 11:47 p.m., that is not empowerment. That is a cry for boundaries. So here is the recap. AI can be a fantastic assistant for investors when it helps you summarize, compare, organize, and pressure test your thinking. It becomes dangerous when you use it to outsource judgment, chase hot tips, or pretend certainty exists where it does not. The goal is not to become an AI-powered gambler. The goal is to become a more informed, more disciplined, and more confident long-term investor. Support the channel. If you find this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow and reach more investors who want to build smarter, calmer portfolios. Want a deeper dive? Get the book on Amazon. When you buy AI Meets Finance, Investing in the Age of Artificial Intelligence, you also get access to the free Second Act Investor AI Agents, including the complete AI Agent Investor onboarding system. 1. Investor Profile and IPS Agent. 2. ETF Comparison Agent. 3. Portfolio X-Ray Agent. If you want checklists, templates, real examples, ready-to-use AI prompts, and a ready-to-use system to help you invest with more confidence and less chaos, the link is in the description. If you want to see how this works in a real portfolio, watch the next video on screen. It keeps the momentum going and shows you how to use AI as a smart investing assistant, not the overconfident intern running your money.